Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of today. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoy, an infantry officer. The October 17th operations highlight a coordinated escalation in Russia's strategic strike doctrine, integrating hypersonic precision engagement with synchronized ground offensives. The liberation of key settlements across 5 fronts underscores operational depth and lateral maneuver flexibility, while continuous degradation of Ukraine's EW, logistics, and air defense networks signals a narrowing Ukrainian response window. Strategically, the momentum achieved in the center and east sectors points to an emerging Russian ability to dictate the tempo of engagements along the Donetsk-Zaporizhzhia corridor. Sustained attrition and infrastructural paralysis are expected to push Ukraine into reactive defense mode through the winter campaign phase.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoy, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoy, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Colonel Oguntoy, this past week saw one of the largest coordinated strike efforts of the operation. Could you start by giving us an overview of what took place and the intent behind these actions?
Yes. Between October 11th and 17th, the Russian armed forces conducted a synchronized, multi-domain strike campaign in direct response to Ukrainian terrorist attacks on Russian civilian infrastructure. These were 7 coordinated group strikes, employing a mix of long-range precision systems, including Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, air-launched cruise weapons, and strike UAVs. The purpose was not merely retaliatory, it was systemic. These strikes targeted Ukraine's defense industrial base, transport corridors, and energy infrastructure that sustain military production and troop mobility. We also struck UAV assembly, storage, and launch facilities, as well as temporary deployment sites for Ukrainian formations and foreign mercenaries. Every designated target was confirmed destroyed, indicating an exceptionally high strike precision rate.
Let's begin with the Northern Front. What were the main developments in the Sumy and Kharkiv sectors?
The North Troop Group had an active and successful week. We inflicted substantial damage on multiple Ukrainian brigades, mechanized, ranger, and airborne assault formations operating across the northern axis. The most notable achievement was the liberation of Tycho in the Kharkiv region. In total, enemy losses exceeded 1,300 personnel, along with 3 tanks, 12 armored vehicles, and 9 artillery pieces. What is particularly significant is the destruction of 6 electronic warfare systems and 38 ammunition depots, which severely disrupts Ukrainian command coherence and resupply. This sector functions as a stabilizing flank, ensuring Ukraine cannot reconstitute offensive potential near the border. By seizing Tycho, we've secured better observation lines and disrupted enemy staging along the Kharkiv-Sumy arc.
Does this mean the Northern Line is transitioning from defensive containment to active pressure?
Exactly. We're no longer in a holding posture. The North is now a containment through attrition front, applying steady pressure to force Ukrainian reallocation of reserves.
Now, moving westward, what progress has the West Group achieved?
The western sectors saw decisive maneuver success. We liberated Borovskaya Andriivka and Peskino, both strategically located near supply arteries feeding the Kupiansk axis. Our units defeated up to 1,570 Ukrainian servicemen, destroyed 21 armored combat vehicles, 7 of them of Western origin, and neutralized 9 artillery systems. Equally important, we eliminated 39 ammunition depots and 61 EW and counterbattery stations. The systematic destruction of Ukraine's sensor and communication network here marks a major operational breakthrough. It means our forces can now move with far greater freedom under reduced electronic interference.
So we're seeing an information dominance shift in this zone?
That's correct. Warfare today hinges on control of the electromagnetic spectrum. The neutralization of Ukrainian EW nodes means Russian units now enjoy superior situational awareness and fire control reliability, critical for precision artillery coordination.
Let's turn south. What is happening around Sloviansk and Seversk, and how deep have Russian forces advanced?
The South Group made steady and deep inroads into Ukrainian defensive lines this week. We engaged and degraded multiple mechanized, marine, and mountain assault brigades. Ukrainian forces lost approximately 1,345 troops alongside 24 armored vehicles, 6 NATO-made, and 17 artillery systems. Tactically, the emphasis here is on depth penetration, advancing through previously fortified belts while maintaining lateral security. By doing so, we're isolating Ukrainian formations still holding the Sloviansk-Donetsk corridor, making coordinated counterattacks increasingly unfeasible.
Is this attritional phase laying groundwork for a broader encirclement later?
Precisely. The southern push isn't about speed, it's about systematic envelopment, cutting off the ability of Ukrainian forces to withdraw or reinforce laterally.
The center group's actions seem to have been particularly significant. Could you elaborate on the gains there?
Yes. The center troop group achieved substantial breakthroughs by liberating Moskovskoye, Balagin, and Novopavlovka. These are pivotal settlements in the Donetsk People's Republic, providing command of terrain that dominates key supply arteries. Our forces defeated multiple Ukrainian units, mechanized, ranger, and airborne brigades, inflicting 3,705 casualties and destroying 14 armored vehicles and 12 artillery pieces. This advance represents both a symbolic and operational milestone, consolidating control over the Donetsk-Krasnoarmeysk corridor. In doctrinal terms, it's a textbook execution of multi-echelon maneuver warfare, combining forward assault elements with deep fires that prevent enemy retreat or reorganization.
And on the Eastern Front, near Alexeyevka and Privolye, what's the current status?
The East Group continued expanding its operational reach by liberating Alexeyevka and Privolye in the Dnipropetrovsk region. We inflicted 2,315 casualties, destroyed 17 armored vehicles, and neutralized 10 EW systems. The East remains crucial for two reasons. First, it provides forward pressure on the Dnipropetrovsk industrial belt. Second, it acts as a launch pad for deeper penetration into Ukraine's logistical core. This is where we're observing cumulative effects. Ukrainian artillery and radar networks are collapsing under sustained counterbattery operations.
Finally, let's discuss the Dnipro front, covering Kherson and the Zaporizhzhia interface.
The Dnipro Group carried out targeted actions against mountain assault, mechanized, and coastal defense brigades, eliminating 435 personnel, 2 armored vehicles, and several artillery pieces. The operation's defining success, however, lies in the destruction of 26 EW systems and 13 supply depots. These strikes further consolidated Russian control along the lower Dnipro. Our objective here remains denial of Ukrainian maneuver across the river, especially through drone and boat incursions. Complementing this, the Black Sea Fleet destroyed 6 Ukrainian unmanned surface vessels, reaffirming maritime superiority.
Air defense played a major role this week. Can you summarize its performance?
Our air defense network demonstrated exceptional efficiency. Within the week, we intercepted 36 guided bombs, 18 HIMARS projectiles, 2 Neptune missiles, and over 1,300 UAVs. This level of interception underscores the layered nature of our integrated air defense doctrine: radar, electronic suppression, and kinetic engagement acting in concert. By maintaining aerial denial over such a wide battle space, we preserve both air mobility for our strike aircraft and freedom of movement for ground forces, ensuring the enemy cannot regain initiative through aerial asymmetry.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. The October 17th operations exemplify the integration of deep precision strike capabilities with multi-axis ground offensives. This is not just about tactical victories, it represents a fundamental shift in the rhythm of the campaign. The center and east fronts now form the axis of decisive pressure, while the north and west secure flanks and suppress Ukrainian reinforcement routes. Strategically, the destruction of Ukraine's EW infrastructure, industrial energy grid, and long-range missile systems suggests a nearing operational tipping point. Ukraine's capacity to sustain large-scale, coordinated defense continues to erode. Should this momentum continue, we may see a redefinition of the front lines across eastern and southeastern Ukraine before winter, marking a transition from positional warfare to controlled operational dominance.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive frontline updates from commanders in theater.